Hi, welcome back to my channel. I have a series of book reviews to do for you today. I think I have 5, but I'll probably spread them out sporadically. And this review here is for The Pilot's Girl by Catherine Hokin. Now, this is a historical fiction book based on the event that happened shortly after World War II. Interestingly, most historical fictions that I read don't have sequels or are not part of series. But in this case, this is the Hanny Winter book number 2. I don't know if the series is going to continue past this book, The Pilot's Girl. But before I talk to you about The Pilot's Girl, let's talk to you about the first book in the series, because I really do think there are some times when a book can do well as a standalone. And this could essentially do well as a standalone, but if you want to understand Hanny Winter, I would highly suggest that you read the first book in the series, and that would be The Commandant's Daughter, and I am gonna share that link. My cat's about to jump up here. So, in The Commandant's Daughter, we see all the things that Hanny went to as World War II was coming to a close. But the thing about Hanny is her father was an SS officer, and if it was the last thing she did, she wanted to bring him to justice. So this World War II story, like I said, it takes place after World War II ended, but it brings together characters from different worlds while Hanny is in the fight to bring her father to justice. So then we move on to the book that this review is about, and that is The Pilot's Girl. Now, it is 4 years later. Hanny never succeeded in her goal, in what she was working for with her father. But there was something that made Hanny special during the war, right after the war, and 4 years later when this book took place, is Hanny was a war photographer. Back in those days when women's roles were limited or their freedoms were limited, she was able to be a war photographer, and she continued to do that. But she had memories of the concentration camps and the horrors that she saw during the world. So with those memories, and with the city that she's in trying to recover from the effects of World War II, then we see what Hanny is trying to do. And by the way, the city is Berlin. So now, and it's a very sensitive story. It's not like a smooth, easy read, but it's a story that has a bit of mystery, a lot of drama, a lot of sensitivity, and a lot of connection to Hanny as a person. And I really like this book because I'm just that type of reader who gets pulled into a story. And I mean, I think most of us are, because why else would we read? But we see Hanny taking a different direction. Okay, she can't and isn't doing anything with regard to her father, but now there's murders, and so she becomes kind of like a detective. So she's got a career as a war photographer. The war is long since over. By now, it is 6 years after the war, and I'm trying to keep my my tripod still because the cat did jump up on the desk. And we see what Hanny does now in the efforts to solve the murders that have taken place. And in so doing, she has an assignment to photograph an American pilot, and she does much more. His name is Tony Miller. She does much more than photograph Tony. She learns, well, she had already, just moving my coffee, she had already had a great sensitivity towards the Americans. She did not agree with Hitler and SS officers and the actions of her father. So working with Tony, that was very easy for her, and she did what she could to help Tony, help others solve the murders that were taking place, and all things along that effort. A very, very good story. I couldn't quite tell if this is going to continue for Hanny at the end, but I like it. I mean, if you like a strong female protagonist, If you enjoy historical fiction, and if you like historical fiction that takes place after World War II, because a lot of historical fiction that I read takes place during World War II. So if any of those things appeal to you, then I highly recommend both of these books, The Commandant's Daughter and this book here, The Pilot's Girl. The Pilot's Girl came out on April 4th, so it is available now, so I will link it in the description below. And just for consistency's sake, I will also list The Commandant's Daughter in the description below. So that's going to be it for The Pilot's Girl. I hope that you'll check this book out by Catherine Hokin. It is a Bookouture publication, and I do want to thank Bookouture and Nick Ellie for this book review. Alrighty, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.